What's up? Big Herc916. Positivity, motivation. How y'all been? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. John, thank you for the donation, man. Yeah, man. It's been a minute. I've changed up how I get down over here on the YouTube live because of all the censoring and drama and all that shit, man. So I've been doing private Zoom, and the next private Zoom will be July 30th, 1 p.m. Pacific time. If you're interested in being a part of the private Zoom, you can send me email at info.bigherc916@gmail.com, and you can get in. It's only private invites. It's about elevation of self. It's about consciousness and building relationships, getting back to some real values, and just having real grown man conversations about things going on in society. You don't have to be. It's not like anything special, but we're looking for people who are serious about conversation, no trolls. Because if you go on a private Zoom, we got somebody who's gonna be administrating, so it's no bullshit. We have rules. It's really elevated consciousness. People who are trying to do something, something bigger with themselves. But July 30th, you can be a part of that and subscribe to the website, bigherc916.com. We send out email blasts to let you know what's going on, but the Zoom will be only private invites. So hit me up if you want that invite at info.bigherc916@gmail.com. That's the only way you're going to get it. That's the only way you get on the Zoom. So, yeah, man, a lot of crazy stuff going on out there. I've been seeing little things pop up here and there. They were saying something about they still investigating the Tupac murders. Huh? I mean, dude, after 27 years, they haven't solved it. And I guess apparently they raided a house in Las Vegas today in regards to what up? In regards to the investigation. Let me take a look. Let's see what we can find on that. I had seen something earlier, and let me see. Las Vegas house raided, Tupac murder. So Las Vegas police respond to Tupac documentary, say reports arrest inaccurate. So they're reviewing the case, but they still haven't solved it. It's 21 years ago, unsolved, and said a potential break comes from confession and new documentary. Somebody's eventually gonna tell on themselves. You know how they do it. Somebody's gonna say something or leak something. Whoever is still alive that was involved in that whole incident, something will come out. But I look at it as being another distraction, because it's easy to distract the hip hop or black crowd, what they consider, with gossip. They just sent more money to Ukraine, so I mean, they got to come up with another distraction, man. That's all they do is come up with distractions while they spend money and send shit overseas or push us closer to something else going on that's bigger. Then you got the lady who was appeared back Saturday. She popped back up after disappearing, and she made up the whole story about the baby, man. Why would she do that? And everybody was upset because they said believe in the black woman. Why did, what's her name, Carly? Why did she make up that story? Let me find that story real quick for you guys. What story? What's her name? You guys know her name. What's the name of the woman who they found out her whole story was a bust? Carly. Can you believe that, man? She made up that whole, Carly Russell. She made up that whole story to get attention from her boyfriend who cheated on her. How could you make up a story about seeing a little baby on the highway at night 600 yards away in a diaper? And then you got kidnapped by a guy with orange hair. How crazy is that, man? Can you believe that, man? The things that people do for attention. Lying to get clout. She did a Jussie Smollett. She did a Jussie Smollett. Did she not think that they were going to investigate that? Did she not think that they were going to look into whether or not there was really a baby? And whether or not her story, her cell phone tower, all that stuff, man, they looked up everything. She might get charged with something now. You know how many people they use resources, FBI, police, man, they use all kind of people looking for the little baby in her. And then she said she was being held captive for I mean, come on, man. You're right, man. Attention is a hell of a thing, man. People nowadays, they're so caught up on being noticed. Everybody wants somebody to notice them. Attention, attention, attention. But, man, she played herself on this one. She's in some deep shit. You know, they have Ring doorbell camera footage of her faking it. They got her, so they got Ring doorbell. They got her checking into a hotel. Man, come on, man. She is looking real stupid right now. What do you guys think is going to happen to her, man? All over her boyfriend cheating on her. Wow. Now you're looking like a real dummy. And then they saying Keefe D snitched on himself. That's what somebody's saying. I didn't see it, so what did Keefe D say? Let's see if we can find out. These dudes, man. Keefe D, did he say something about the Tupac murders? Murder. Let's see what it's saying right here. They're saying search warrant tied to Keefe D, uncle of rumored killer. So they're saying TMZ has confirmed the address where Vegas Metro executed a search warrant Monday night is owned by a woman named Paula Clemens, who's married, we've learned, to Keefe D. Folks familiar with Tupac lore know exactly who Keefe D is. Former Crip for years now. He's been doing interviews claiming to be the uncle of a late Orlando Anderson, who's been suspected, at least on the streets, to have been the shooter. I don't know why you'd even talk about that, man. I wouldn't even have talked about that. Orlando and his crew, including Keefe D, were in Vegas that night, and Orlando was actually jumped by Tupac, Suge Knight, and the other Death Row affiliates at MGM Grand. It's an altercation that was caught on surveillance video, and many thought Orlando might have orchestrated a revenge shooting after the Mike Tyson fight that night. Huh. It's an altercation that was caught on surveillance, and many thought Orlando might have orchestrated. Okay. Mike Tyson fight. Orlando himself had denied any involvement before he was killed in the shootout. As for Paula, she's also owned a home in Compton in the 90s, which is interesting. In 1998, the LA County Sheriff recovered a gun in the backyard of a Compton home, a home the Sheriff's Department said belonged to the girlfriend of known Crip who was in Vegas the night of the murder. As we reported, cops raided Paula's Henderson, Nevada home Monday. To obtain the warrant, police had to show a judge there was probable cause, evidence in the home connected with Tupac. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Keefe D said. You know, I don't know the breakdown, what he said on Vlad, but I know if he was, you know, you got people want to solve that murder, you know. So if anybody's talking extensively, it's gonna raise eyebrows because it's one of the biggest murders ever that happened in hip hop, and they're gonna try to find somebody accountable. And you gotta remember, there's no statute of limitation for murder. If the person that murdered them is no longer alive, then they don't have anybody dependent on, but they can make assumptions and try to close the case. But yeah, man, that right there, I mean, they've been talking about that murder for years, man. And you know, doing interviews and mentioning stuff, you know, they just watch and wait, and then DNA evidence, and then, you know, they got a lot of technology now. That's how they got the guy, the Gilgo Beach murders. That's how they got that guy, man. I mean, he was running around 10 years later, married with kids, and they got him tied to those murders out there, man. So, you know, murder, there's no statute of limitation, man. You gotta be careful. If you're out there doing shit and you think you got away, you didn't really get away. You're just buying time. Yeah, man. A lot of interesting stuff, man. What do you guys think about AI? What do you think about they said they can get AI to lie now? Like they can actually teach AI to lie or to be favorable with certain opinions. I tell people, man, I mean, you know, you use it to your advantage, but, you know, you can't really trust verbatim what it's saying because it can be taught. It's artificial intelligence, man, and it could also be, you know, it could be tainted. Enough with the cupcake and do what we gotta do. Don't buy their program. That's right. That's right. Somebody said they got it from Ancestry.com. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't mess around. That Ancestry.com, you know, I want to say BlackRock bought that. So, yeah, man. Ancestry.com. I wouldn't be putting my DNA in any. I mean, they already have my DNA. When you go to jail or you go to prison, you do time. Before you can get out, they make you give up your DNA. So that's something also to think about. If you get caught up, they will have your DNA in a database, and hey, man, they can use that shit if they think you're involved in something dirty. Somebody said AI can give good stock tips and up to 137%. Interesting. AI is cheaper than bribing. Good point. Yeah, man. AI, you know, going into the future, we're going to see a lot more AI usage. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out, how AI affects us with society, culture, and a lot of other things. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's also, you said, dumbing us down. Yeah, I believe AI can make a lot of people lazy, thinking that they don't have to do as much research or work because they are using AI. That's why I'm creating this alternative communication with these men's panels, And I got big plans for really building a network of people who are real, people who support each other, people who bring values, people who are trying to look for more than what's out there on the surface. You know, there's so much, like I said, there's so much bullshit out there. You gotta think out the box, and you gotta put yourself in a position to win. And if you put yourself around the right people, it's easier to win than having a bunch of fake people around you. So that's one of my big things is networking, pulling together resources, helping each other, you know, so we can all win. Yeah, it's definitely going to be something different. So I'm not going to be on this live long, man. So I'm just trying to get in with you guys, some good conversation. Is there anybody else that's got anything interesting that they would like to add as far as you know, some convo? Waving to all the fans out there. I know it's been a minute, man. Of course, you can teach AI to lie. You only need to feed information that suits your agenda. Yeah, correct. You know, and that's one of the things that, you know, you got to consider, especially when people are looking to AI for all their answers. Do I have a reading list? I have the same reading list I had before, man. Conversations with God is one of my top books I've read. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, Thomas Sowell. I have Marcus Aurelius also. What else do I have? I got some other books. I'll have to bust them out as far as you know, some stuff that you can read that will kind of put your mind in a place. You know, some books I get them, I start reading them, and if they're not really connecting, then I don't really finish them. But I got another book called, what is it called? The Harem Key. It's pretty interesting. It's about secret societies and stuff like that. It's definitely a book I would say if you're somebody seeking knowledge about politics, you know, elite rituals and stuff like that, check out The Harem Key. It's an interesting book. Yeah, man. Stay elevating yourself. I be ripping them. What up? I want to be the #1 fart commentator in the world. You're already #1, man. You got the badge. You got the badge of honor. 48 Laws of Power. That's another good one. I mean, everybody in prison reads that book. I read it. I mean, it has some great points as far as in life. You know, I try to really, you know, everything I read, I try to figure out how I can apply it in life and win with that knowledge, or how that knowledge can help me get ahead. And, you know, what do you guys, as far as, what are some of your favorites out there? You guys, as far as whether it's business books, books of that helped you maybe get ahead in whatever you're doing. Somebody said The Savage Way, Black Minstrel Show. I'm gonna write those down. I haven't. The Savage Way. Savage Way. I always get good books from you guys. The Black Minstrel Show. All right. Black Men Single Absolute Dangerous. 48 Laws is way better than The Art of War. Yeah, Art of War, a lot of guys in prison read that too. Art of Seduction, I've read that. That's a good book. Yeah, it is hot right now in AZ. It's probably about 115 today. It was pretty hot, man. Somebody said the what is that? The COMSIS code? Huh? COMSIS code, is that correct? The Tate Bible. The Hager Cure. The most important book of my life. Read it every day. The National Electrical Code Book. Okay, okay. Power Broker. Okay, he said Power Broker, huh? Power Broker. All right. Book of Five Rings. Race and Reality. Behold the Pale Horse. Yeah, that's a good book too. I read that in prison. That book blew my mind. Behold the Pale Horse is definitely a book all you guys should read. If you're on this channel, read Behold the Pale Horse. The book Monster Any Good. I read that. The book about Monster Cody book was actually pretty deep, man. I read that book too. Autobiography about Monster Cody, East Coast. I did read that book. Race and Reality. Oh, Tristan, man. I mean, what up? Shout out to Tristan Tate, Andrew Tate. Wish you guys all the best with your case, man. As soon as that thing wraps, man, me and Big Ant are gonna make some moves so we can get that interview with Tristan, man. You know, I know they dealing with these legalities right now, so they got their hands full. But hey, shout out to the Tate brothers, man. They always drop me a nice little plug, man. Shout out to Tristan and his brother Andrew. JB Well, thank you for a donation. Did you ever get any cougar cheeks in your younger days? Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Yeah, brother, man. We talk about that, man. Yeah, cougar cheeks, man. When I first got out the pen, man, that was you know, that was one of my assignments, was to bust cougar cheeks, you know. But yeah, man, I was sticking and moving, bobbing and weaving until I settled down and got married, man. But yeah, that definitely, you know, JB Well, you know, you get them right now. The cougars are in desperation mode, man. They out there, they hungry, man. Shit, they're a endangered species. As far as their thing is drying up. The well is drying up. They looking for young studs. Yeah, Machiavelli the Prince is also. I read his book too, Machiavelli. Yeah, The Prince and the Art of War. The Landlord Harassment Channel. Thank you for the donation, man. Split Decision by Ice-T, inspiring and lots of game. Yeah, Ice-T, man, every interview he does, I always pick up something. You know, shout out to Ice-T. I've listened to all the interviews he's done all the way through. He's always spitting game. He's you know, he's somebody, like, you know, I think that a lot of young people can learn from. He's lived a hell of a life. You know, the dude's been in the streets. He's been in Hollywood. He's traveled around the world. I definitely would give his anything he spits, man, I would give it the thumbs up. Ice-T's definitely on my list for people who have really blazed a trail. He's very articulate. The man is well-rounded, and he's a G. You know, he's a G, man, and he keeps it real. Chris, thank you for the donation, man. He said, Execution, the Discipline of Getting Things Done by Larry Bossidy. Okay. He said, Execution, the Discipline of Getting Things Done. Larry Bossidy. Okay, okay. Yeah, any book by Thomas Sowell's good. Somebody said Gangsta Gone Legit. Colors from Ice-T. Yeah, Ice-T. Yeah, he's very underestimated as far as like his role in West Coast hip hop, West Coast culture. I remember I bought my first Ice-T record when I was in the 7th grade, and it was Reckless. And yeah, man, I remember that record, man. I was in 7th grade, man. Ice-T, man, and I've been a fan ever since, man. So I go back. I had his old vinyl, Reckless, and what else was on there? There was another song on the other side. I can't remember, but I used to play the shit out of that. Yep, I brought it to the high school dance. Talking to Strangers by Malcolm Gladwell. Okay, talking to Strangers by Marcus. Oh, by Malcolm Gladwell. Okay. Yeah, so many books out there, man. Like I said, I like to must read the 4 Agreements. Okay. 4 Agreements. A lot of good books, you guys. I hope you're taking notes. Everybody's sharing a lot of game, man. Shout out to everybody with the game. Yeah, everybody that's sharing game, I appreciate you guys, man. You know, we got to stay elevating ourselves, man. We got to stay pushing ourselves to be, enriched with knowledge, and separate ourselves from these ignorant people, man. A lot of ignorant people out there, man. You don't want to get caught up with a dummy, man. There's a lot of crash dummies out there, and they're looking for somebody to take down with them. So be careful with the people you surround yourself with. My B-days in May. Any game on natural hygiene products, deodorant, toothpaste? Toothpaste, I only use. Hey, babe, what's the toothpaste we use? I'll put a link in the description. We'll get an Amazon link for it. I use a toothpaste. It actually helps. It doesn't have fluoride, but it helps restore the healthiness of your teeth. And I've been using this toothpaste for over a year. And man, when I go to the dentist, my teeth are in great condition. No cavities, no bullshit. It's good for your gums. I can't remember the name of it, but I will remember to put the link in the description of the SPRY. Yeah, and I'll get that. We'll get the link later and put it in the description. SPRY. I'll put the link in the description, but it's the best. Huh? Yeah, non-fluoride. Somebody said start with Y. Start with Y. Simon Sinek. With Y. Simon Sinek. So the Wig Spreader Porsche. Let me tell you guys about that, man. Oh man, it's been still getting it together. It's running. I got everything pretty much, like a lot of stuff dialed in. I got 2 things left to do with the Wig Splitter Porsche, and it will be all over the internet. I got to do the transmission. The transmission was never done. It's still slipping. So I got to get the transmission rebuilt. That's going to take probably 3 weeks. The thing about, let me tell you guys, if you ever get a Porsche 928, the parts are super expensive. They're expensive. You might as well get a Ferrari. The parts are that expensive. They're not cheap. Working on them is very expensive, and you know, that's the big thing, man. I mean, the transmission. I got to take the transmission out, and the guy said it's going to take like 3 weeks to rebuild it. So, because of parts. So once I get the transmission rebuilt, put back in the car, I'll be able to really get down and enjoy the car. But as of right now, I can't really even, I could barely drive the car. I got to feather it because I can't put the power down. So I should have the car, what is this? Man, shit. July, I'm hoping end of August I'll be driving the car, man. It'll be home. So that's where I'm at with that. But yeah, man. That car is in the works, and then I got to get my other cars home. I'm still trying to figure out what my next moves are with my other cars. Sky River Casino for residency every Wednesday. You're gonna be at the Sky River Casino residency every Wednesday in August. Okay, okay. Congrats on that, man. Yeah, but if you guys want to tune in, man, tune in to the live on the Zoom. Hit me up. Get into some conversations. info.bigherc916@gmail.com. And man, I look forward to hearing from all you guys. I just want to tap in with you for a short live stream, share some knowledge, check on everybody, make sure everybody's doing all right out there, man. You know I love you guys. Always putting out positivity. The Landlord Harassment Channel, what up? Wash Your Ass by Marcus Timmons. Oh, you know my government name, man. Who are you? Nobody uses my government name. You better watch out. Check it out, fam. I love about to check out for now. That's right. So I'll do a quick shout out. Where everybody from? I'll give you a shout out, man, before I jump off of here. I gotta go eat and do a few things. Where y'all at? Where you coming from? Where are you checking in from? Where are you coming from, you guys? Oklahoma City in the house. Wichita, Kansas. Bobo, thank you for the donation. Who you got for president 2024, Big Herc? Man. Vivek Vanswamy. Man, he's sounding better and better, bro. But to be honest, we need an independent party, man. Somebody needs to shake all this shit up, because all these people are basically laughing at us behind closed doors. I think they all full of shit. But everybody makes promises, but when they get in there, they don't do shit. So, man, I mean, Vivek Vanswamy, but you got RFK Jr., but who knows, man? Who knows who's gonna, I mean, shit, they still trying to indict Trump on new charges. Shout out to Hawaii, Okmulgee, Oklahoma, UK, Citrus Heights, Santa Rosa, Silver Springs, Glendale, 916, Minnesota, South Sac, Iraq, all right, Richmond, Virginia, Bay Area, San Andreas, Canton, California, Angeles City, Philippines. Yeah, man, I know. I need to run for California governor, man. If Gavin Newsom can run California like he did into the shithole, I could do way better than him. I grew up in California, had a lot of love for the state, lived all over, and it's a bad situation what he's done to the state, bro. Miami Beach, I see you. Seattle, Boston. 818, the Valley, Southside Chicago, Las Venturas. All right, you guys, Long Island, somebody said Bermuda Triangle. Yeah, man. Big Herc 20, Big Herc, what is it on 2024 Governor of California? I'll bring the glory back. Imagine that, an ex-felon being the governor of California. If they can put Arnold as governor, why not? Hey, San Fierro, California, Angeles City, Philippines, I see you. All right, you guys, I'm tapping out. Catch you at the live stream on the Zoom, July 30th, men's panel, 1 p.m. I'll holla.